Naume, Bishawomoa, Ne Josh, Minaniya, Ne Agai Tukada. Hello, how are you all doing? Good morning. My name is Josh. I am an enrolled member of Walker River Paiute tribe. As you can see here, got our logo there on the screen. Welcome to another video. Today we're going to be looking at deverbal nominalization in Northern Paiute. So what exactly is this deverbal nominalization? Basically, it refers to how to convert a verb, in other words, an action word, into a noun. And the way you do that is by these two different ways. By adding the suffix de, what you see on the left-hand side, de, du, or the suffix na, okay? De is associated with the subject of the verbal action, and na is associated with the object of the verbal action. It can also indicate an event, kind of functioning more as what in English is called a gerund. Okay, a gerund, which again takes a verbal action and converts it into a noun. So keep in mind that this is just the tip of the iceberg. Okay, this suffix de and na have many other functions that are beyond the scope of this video. I'm not going to get into them here. This video is focused specifically on deverbal nominalizations, and even that is just going to be an overview. So to start off with, I want to give you two brief examples of each. They're going to be the same exact sentence with just the suffix de and na, showing how they change the meaning. First, sunana patsare o happy. Sunana patsare o happy. This means the man killer, in other words, the murderer, is lying there. So you got the verb patsa, which means kill. That is a action, patsa. But when you add this suffix de, it becomes killer. It's similar to our English suffix killer. Again, this is associated with the subject. It is the one who is doing the killing or performing the killing. The killer is lying there. But what if we change this du suffix to na? Again, same sentence. Sunana patsana o happy. Well, as I mentioned in the intro, this is associated with the object of the verbal action, not the subject. It means what the man killed is lying there. So again, patsa is kill, but now we're speaking of, referring to the object of the verbal action kill. In other words, what was killed? The man killed something. It's that thing that is in view now. What the man killed, or the thing that the man killed, oh happy, is lying there. So I hope that made sense. Just keep in mind now, again, in summary, that du refers to the subject, and na is kind of associated with the object of the verbal action. Okay, so now let's look specifically at the du suffix and several examples, and then afterwards we'll look at more examples of the na. First, sukaroga patsare wazi miyahu. Again, it's associated with the subject of the verbal action patsa. The one who killed the dog, in other words, the dog killer, ran away or snuck off. Sorry for this example to all you dog lovers. I know it's kind of sad, but this is an example that I found. So, but again, it's the one who killed the dog. It's indicating the subject, the one who is doing the killing. That's what the de suffix indicates. Here's another. Suiguatihude miahu. Means the one who shot me, or my shooter left, took off. So guati means to shoot. Guatihu kind of indicates more of the past tense, and de indicates the one who did the shooting. Took off. They left. Ne kagai biare sutaguti means I am mad. Ne sutaguti, I am mad at the one who won't leave. In other words, the no leaver or the no goer. Kaimiare, referring to someone who will not leave. I'm mad at that person. That can very well be me whenever I'm being all introverted and someone won't leave my house. All right. Sumogo ni kamaatare yarui means the woman, sumogotni, the woman is talking to the ones who are sitting. In other words, to the sitters. So ata is a plural form of the verb to sit. Mu'ataru, the ones who are sitting. That's who the woman is talking to. Ususade just simply means she or he is a cook. In other words, a cooker. Associated with the subject of the verbal action, cook. The one who cooks, she is a cook. All right, let's get into this other suffix now. This one is a bit more challenging perhaps to comprehend and understand, so I tried to find some examples that are a bit more simple and easy to start with. First is Yahu I hanina, which means here is what I made, or here is the thing I made. So again, this is referring to the object of the verbal action. Hani can mean to do or to make. So it's not referring to me as the maker, as the de suffix indicates, but this is referring to what was made, the object. Here is what I made. Kai suana novikwe tu hanika. This one's a little different. It means what you didn't eat, take home. So su'a means to consume or to eat up. Na indicates the object. So what was eaten or what was consumed, or in this case, it's negated by kai. Kai suana, so it's what was not eaten. Novikwe tu hanika, take home. Nesedobui kanatsi irukwina. I believe nesedobui, I believe kanatsi irukwina, what the boy told me. So he's not saying I believe the boy who told me, because it's the na suffix, so it indicates the object of the verb. It indicates what was told. The content of what was told is what I believe. Supa mogo kananat vatsanaguwa katu. Supa mogo is the frog. Kananat vatsanaguwa katu, sits on what the man killed. So again, you have this batsa, verb kill, dvatsana, what was killed. So perhaps the man killed a tuhutja, a deer, or a kamu, a rabbit. And there's this frog sitting on top of the rabbit as it's just lying there dead. The frog sits on what the man killed. Notice you can have another suffix suffixed to the na, guba or kuba, which means on top of. And so keep that in mind. If you see that, it is okay. Ne ibiji iguana akyahuna oduruhahu means I stole what my mother gave my younger brother. Ibiji is another way of saying my mother. Iguana akyahu, gave my younger brother. What did she give? That's what na indicates, the object of what was given. Ne oduruhahu, I stole it. Okay, that's what I stole. I stole what my mother gave my younger brother. Idusongoyana means kai or kaibisha manai, means my pulling of the hide did not turn out well. So this one kind of has more of that sense of an event. My pulling of the hide, or as I mentioned earlier, in English it's known as a gerund. Okay, taking a verbal action, converting it into a noun with this ing suffix. So my pulling of the hide, or perhaps the hide that I pulled, it didn't turn out well. Here's another one similar, showing the gerund. It's suroga aquishiena imasuahu. The dog's sneezing scared me. I was scared by the dog sneezing, kind of indicating more of an event. The event of the dog sneezing, that is what scared me. So again, it's kind of tricky because it's not referring necessarily to the dog. Rather, it's the event of the sneezing. That's what scared me. So this last example now combines both the two suffixes. It is irua kaidukana bijakamade. What do you think this means? Irua, my son, kaidukana. So the verb tuka means to eat, and remember na is associated with the object of the verbal action eat. So it's not referring to the subject, not referring to the one who is eating, but it's referring to the object, what is eaten or what is not eaten in this case. Bija kamare. Bija, good. Kama means to taste. De, now that's what's indicating, referring to this kind of a subject. Eat, a taste, taster, something like that. So, put it together now. My son, what was not eaten, tastes good. What it means is this. What my son didn't eat tastes good. Perhaps you can say, what my son didn't eat is a good taster. That obviously, the second example doesn't really make sense in English, doesn't sound right, but I hope you get the point. It's referring to whatever my son didn't eat. It tastes good. It's a good taster. Manusapa. So, as always, I hope those examples made sense. This kind of brief overview of deverbal nominalizations. As always, if you have any questions, please ask. And again, as I say all the time, the best way to really begin to make sense of all of this and really understand it is to receive as much intake of the language as you can. Do your best to listen to fluent speakers, first language speakers, read as much as you can if you have access to written material, because that really is how all of this begins to make sense and you can internalize it and understand it well. So I hope you have a good day, and until next time, punirua. See you later.